This is the final episode of Takedown before Redline and Gateway to Heaven. This is episode 228. Thank you for joining me. If you are coming off of the Wildcast premiere, we hope you enjoyed that episode and share it with your friends. But this is Takedown. I am D-Wall back with you here on commentary, and we are going to tonight find out who will round out the field for the Gateway to Heaven ladder match for the Takedown side. We're going to have two qualifiers tonight. We're going to have Tomas Ramirez and Eric DeVille, and a last chance qualifying match to main event tonight's episode to see who will find out who will go on to the ladder match in a few weeks' time. But right now we're getting into tag team action. Two Wicked once again back in tag team action, but they are going to be taking on a team that may be familiar to DCA audiences, but from what I understand, there's been a bit of a change, if you will, a bit of a necessary evil, to say the very least, regarding their opponents. But you see Johnny Sinclair and Mike Sullivan, a staple of not just this tag team division, but also in Battle Pro. But they are going up against, like I said, a team that you heard from a while back said that they wanted tag team gold, but there was only one way to do it, and that was, it wasn't going to be a cult that needed to take down the KBC. It would be a movement, the Punk movement. Jesse and Sid Black returning to their roots, returning to their former incarnation. Before they were the Future War Cult, they were known in Battle Pro as the Punk movement, and they are back. Jesse and the blonde, Sid with the unique haircut. But these two, they said that a cult couldn't take down the KBC, but a movement could. And that's what they intend to do. But to do that, they have to rise through the tag team ranks once again. And getting through Two Wicked tonight would be a good first step, as Jesse and Mike kicking it off here on Takedown. Again, thank you for joining us. We have a huge and absolutely loaded night here tonight. For the next 2 hours, we got a huge lineup. 6 matches on this card here tonight, including the Burnout Championship on the line. Javad Fox is in a match later on tonight, but he's going to be in a Gateway to Heaven qualifier against Jeremy Paisley. So there's actually 3 qualifying matches tonight. I misspoke earlier. There's 3 qualifying matches. There's a Tomas Ramirez and Eric DeVille. There's Jeremy Paisley and Javad Fox, and then there's the last chance match. All that's happening later tonight as Jesse's going up top, and a swanton bomb onto Mike Sullivan into the cover. 1, 2, and no. But yes, all that is happening tonight. We also have a Burnout Championship match as Jazz defends the title against someone who he claims he's giving a quote-unquote charity shot to in Jariah Raju. That is happening tonight. So we have a lot on the table here on this episode of Takedown as we are counting down towards Redline and Gateway to Heaven, as a big double axe handle by Sid, who got the tag. And now Johnny Sinclair getting tagged in. And gets a Kapu kick right off the bat. And folks, I am getting some more notes here. You can see how unorganized this is for this first time we're doing this back-to-back stuff. I mean, well, it's not the first time, We've done it before, but not to this level. It's now, look at this, the pump movement going to work on Sinclair. Into the cover, referee checking the shoulders, but Robin Charleston a little too slow on the count there. We have 4 qualifying matches tonight. I know, I'm keeping adding them, but I swear this is the last time. We have 4 qualifying matches tonight for the Gateway to Heaven ladder match. Jeremy Paisley taking on Javad Fox, John Blackos and Varl Graythorne, Tomas Ramirez and Eric DeVille, and then the last chance qualifier with 4 random entrants from previous qualifying matches will be selected at random to go into that match, and we will see who will earn the right to round out the Gateway to Heaven field, which is already a stacked lineup for the Gateway to Heaven ladder match. We already know Bronson has moved on. We've already known that Claudio Dragonheart has, and after the last episode, we have Takeru and James Needham who have advanced, and 4 more entrants will be known at the end of this night. So we will know who the 8 men will be in the Takedown Gateway to Heaven ladder match, as Jesse just gave Sullivan a shot, and then a shooting star press doesn't connect because Mike Sullivan got in the ring at the last second. Again, both of these teams looking to get one step closer to possibly challenging the KBC for the tag team titles. It has been a stacked field in the Takedown and Wildcats divisions. Wait a minute, Jesse is about to get DDT'd on the apron, and looks like Sid's gonna return the favor. Oh wait, is he literally gonna return the favor? Yes, he is. And meanwhile, no, I was going to say Sullivan was going to go back after Jesse, but it looks like he turned his attention back to Sid, as he should. He is the legal man in the match. Again, this is how competitive this tag team division has become here in DCA on both sides, both the men's and women's, especially with Revelations on the horizon, ever so closer, getting ever so closer, I should say. All these teams want to get to that opportunity to the tag team titles. Tag made, in comes Johnny Sinclair. The man who still feels sad that he lost his own tournament. In the first round, I might add. Johnny calling out Jesse. He wants Jesse in the ring, and he's going to get Jesse in the ring. And Jesse, Irish whip, and just flapjacks him. Up and down in the flapjack. And now a right hand to Sinclair. And Sinclair gets sent into the ring post. And then slammed down hard. And that might be it. The cover. But Mike Sullivan in there to break up the pinfall. Again, Gateway to Heaven is just a few weeks away, but Redline is coming up. Right before that is, now look at this, Jesse with the bitter end. And Mike is isolated on the apron. That's it. Just like that, the pump movement puts away Too Wicked. And if you didn't think that, the pump movement want to get close to those tag titles again, you don't know what you just watched. Because they are laser focused. It seems like they are solely intent on being the next DCA World Tag Team Champions. But there's still a long way to go to get to that point.
hear those words coming from you.
Looks like Eris imparting some, I guess, some wise wisdom. And honestly, I would say some wise wisdom towards Tyler Parks, saying to put his focus on Gorilla Black and not on the rest of the KBC, and that when Eris is done with Vega and Jaden, that he will help with the KBC problem. I guess the Eris trying to be a friend to everybody, a friendship with no poundings, because Tyler isn't into that. But nonetheless, we are getting into our first of 4 Gateway to Heaven qualifying matches here tonight. And this man would love nothing more than to get in that ladder match. The current VWU World Heavyweight Champion, John Blackos. And for Blackos, this is a big matchup because he's just coming off, at least in DCA, he's coming off of a loss for the DCA World Championship against Dante Styles back at Everything or Nothing. But now, tonight, he has an opportunity to get into the Gateway to Heaven ladder match and potentially, once again at Revelations, challenge for the title. But to do it, he's got to go through this man. One of the biggest men on the roster. There he is, Varl Graythorn. A man who has wanted to get to the Burnout title, but has been selected to get closer to the DCA World title. And he's gone up and he's been at Revelations before, facing Claudio Dragonheart, of all people. A man who may be considered the future of the DCA roster, and a man that Yuki Marie admires, if not for anything else, for his massive hairdo. But nonetheless, don't let that fool you, because this man is a powerhouse and can get it done when the job calls for it. And I'll tell you right now, John's going to be in for a fight tonight. Varl Graythorn, like I said, he has been in the ring this past season with some of the biggest and baddest in this division. A lot of people probably wouldn't expect Varl. Oh my God! As you see right there, this is a Gateway to Heaven qualifier. One man is going to go on to the ladder match. There's a cover. One. Only a 1 count. Only one man is going to move on from this match to the ladder match in a few weeks. And you have to believe if Varl wins this match, it would be the biggest win. I mean, honestly, there's no way to counter it. There's no way to dispute it. It would be the biggest win in Varl's career. He would be pinning the VWU World Champion in the middle of the ring. As now John with Sunset flipping in the cover. One. No, wait. Countered. One. No. It would be the biggest win of his career. Moving on to the biggest match of his career. The Gateway to Heaven ladder match. Cover. Two. No. And for John, he's been in ladder matches before. He's contended for the VW World title. He's the current champion. He's contended for the DCA World Championship, has still 2 chances, and he has not been able to win that belt. But if he gets into that ladder match, he will have the opportunity to once again challenge for the 3rd time for the world title here in DCA, as now Varl's just slinging him around. Varl's clearly going to have the power advantage in this matchup. There's no doubt about it. But John has the experience edge on his side. He's been wrestling longer than Varl has. And that's something that he's going to have to take in mind here. As Varl, he's got to be careful too to not let John fly around the ring like he normally does. He's got to keep it grounded as he's doing right now, using his power to his advantage, but John using his speed, getting out of the way, and then kicking him in the mouth. But Varl's right back up and gets knocked right back down. Varl a little slow to get up this time, kicks in the midsection. John, head scissors takedown. No pun intended, as John is getting fired up. And now John, double underhook. No, look at this. Look at the athleticism of Varl Graythorn right there. And then that big elbow drop. And quickly back into a cover. 2, no. And that's what I'm liking about Varl's offense right now. Every time he hits a big move, he goes right for a pin because he understands even if he doesn't get a pinfall off of it, he's wearing John down more and more, and it's making him expend energy. And that's what John has got to avoid. And John now using his speed, like I said earlier, to his advantage. Taking out the big man. Next snap. And I went for the swanton, nobody home. Varl rolling out of the ring, maybe on instinct, if nothing else. And now, oh, that wasn't instinct. That was just straight up moving out of the way. That was recognizing the danger and getting out of the way, and then just driving John face first into the barricade. And this is what I'm talking about with Varl Graythorn. He has been in the ring with some main event players and has held his own, much to a lot of people's chagrin. A lot of people probably didn't think he could, but he has done just that. Big boot cover. Hooking the leg and just a 2 count. And well, look at this, Varl with a rear naked choke. Varl breaking out of submission. But John able to get out of it with a couple of elbows right to the head. Now chop. Another one. The Eddie Mack Memorial chops here on takedown. As Varl pump handle and slings him across the ring. Picking Varl back up now. John sending him into the corner, and a clothesline doesn't take him down. And that allows Varl to take advantage. Varl, look at this. Good Lord. And I think John, again, fully aware of the situation at hand. And look at the athleticism of John Blackghost now. Cover. 1, 2, no. And Varl on the ropes, literally and figuratively. Now slings from behind, but gets a kick to the face. And I don't think Varl was, I don't think anybody was expecting Varl to do that. But he just did. And again with these forearms. Forearms right to the face of John. And now on Brett's rope, the most dangerous rope. And now Varl, went for, I don't know what he was going for there, but John with the double axe handle and then a kick to the face. And now look at this butterfly, stalling. Look at the power of John, stalling and slams him down. And moonsault. Cover. 2, no. John in control, but Varl trying to fight back. And those heavy hands will do just that. Oh my God, Varl, look at the spinning power slam. Shades of Bronson there. Maybe a shout out, maybe a call out. I don't know. I don't think Randall James will appreciate that. He might call that gimmick infringement. He might get Varl sued. I don't know how much money he has. I don't know if he even has any money for a lawyer or a proper one anyway. But nonetheless, John not caring about that right now. He just wants to win. Look at this. Another pump handle slam. John now. And no, went for the kick. Nobody there. And a big, oh my God. Choke slam. 2, no. Quite honestly, Varl Graythorne may be lasting a lot longer than a lot of people would expect when you're going in there with the VW World Champion. As now, is he going for the most overused move in virtual wrestling? It's United, the superplex, no. And Varl might be in position for the 4 factos, but no, Varl gets up. And that's exactly what he needed to do, because if he got hit with that 4 factos, it would have been over. Good Lord! Sit out Alabama slam by Varl Graythorne, and at 2.5, John kicks out. My God, what a match we are seeing right here. And again, the stakes of this match so important. One of these men will move on to the Gateway to Heaven ladder match, and one man won't. But then again, on the other hand, one of these men could get chosen at random for that last chance qualifier tonight. There's the overdrive by John, and only a 2. That other overdrive move is banned. John fully aware of that. Kick to the midsection. Oh, wait a minute. There's the power again. German suplex. And look at that. He just pushed him away from the rope. He saw his foot on the rope and pushed him away, but it still got a 2. That's the experience of John Blackos right there. He saw Varl Graythorne's foot on the rope. He pushed him aside, just shifted his hips just a little bit so he could avoid the rope break. That is veteran awareness by John, but he got knees. He got knees in the midsection and then a DDT by Varl. And now look at this, by the head, and slams him down. And now Varl thinking of his next move here. And he's got to think of something now. And look at this. Oh, again went for something. I think he might have been going for a flatliner or something, but a big clothesline by Varl. And what is, because can Varl hit whatever he's been trying to hit all match? Finally hits it, just a body block from Brett's rope. And now, look at this. Rolling Death Valley driver. 1, 2, and no, John kicks out. John on the ropes, trying to hold himself up, but that's not going to help him because here comes Varl just slinging him stomach first onto the top rope and now. Oh, wait, John's back up. Oh, but Varl with the athleticism again. Varl running, oh no, he ran right into it. He ran right into it. Black Ghost Tower. And now the 4 factos gets all of it. 1, 2, got him. And John Blackos will advance to the Gateway to Heaven ladder match. Look at this. Got him up, dropped him on his head. That hair wasn't going to protect him from that. And then John up top hits the 4 factos. And John is the 5th man to enter the Gateway to Heaven ladder match. Will John move one step closer to potentially getting another chance to challenge for the DCA World Championship? We will see. But congratulations to John. He is now in the Takedown Gateway to Heaven ladder match. We are back. This is DCA Takedown. Thank you, ladies, gentlemen, and non-binary pals alike, for joining me for another great episode in the Gateway to Heaven ladder match qualifiers. They're not done. We're going to keep them going here because we still got 3 more to go, including the last chance qualifier. And I know for a fact that Space Ghost, who's here tonight, subbing in for Malik Brown, who's not here, will be keeping a close eye on these qualifiers and has kept a close eye on the last ones to see who will be possibly in that 4-way main event tonight. But right now, our second qualifier's on the way as Tomas Ramirez makes his way to the ring. Tomas already has a huge matchup upcoming at Prestige when he will be teaming with his friend Code Red Michael Connolly, challenging for the VW Tag Team Championships. But right now, he's got to take his focus to this match. He's got to stay focused on becoming the next man to enter the Gateway to Heaven ladder match. And to do it, he's got to go through a former Burnout champion in the wicked Eric DeVille. This should be an outstanding match between these two. And here comes Eric now. Eric DeVille, a former Burnout champion, got screwed out of that championship, by the way. But you know that's not going to deter Eric from getting closer to championship gold if he wants it. And now the opportunity presents itself to possibly enter the Gateway to Heaven ladder match. The first step, though, is qualifying, and that first step is right here and right now. Here we go. Tomas and Eric one-on-one. Both competitors staring each other down. It's going to be another test of power versus speed like the last match was. Tomas clearly is going to have a size advantage over Eric. He's got a strength advantage over Eric, but he doesn't have a speed advantage over Eric. And that might be the one thing that Eric has that he's going to have to take into account here. Kicks to the inner thigh again. That might be something he's going to have to... Oh, never mind. Big clothesline cover. One. Only one count. And for Tomas, you got to think this is also something that he needs badly too, because he's been, for lack of a better word, he's been mocked, he's been ridiculed by a certain somebody, by a certain hellion, if you will, about how he can't get the job done, about how he can't cross the finish line. He can't win when it counts, both in his personal life and in his professional life. And that has weighed on Tomas, to be honest. And he's let his emotion for the last several weeks, and I've pointed this out on commentary before, cover by Eric, only a one count. He has let his emotions and his anger get in the way of what matters the most to him in his life. He has let his emotions and his anger cost him opportunities. And Wayne has said he's been trying to talk through Tomas. You know, Wayne is Tomas is Wayne's protege, but he's said he's tried to talk him through these issues. But has he gotten it through to Tomas? Here's a cover. One. No. Because it seems like with each loss, he gets more frustrated. With each defeat, he gets more agitated. With each post that gets sent about him, about how he can't get the job done, about how he can't finish the job, it keeps irritating him to no end. And then he makes mistakes and he loses out on opportunities. Opportunities that Eric DeVille will gladly pounce on if the opportunity presents itself. And Eric in control right now, I tell you that. And look at this. These kicks right to the chest. And Eric once again with the boot. No! Tomas able to get out of the way. And now just slinging him around. And again, Tomas using his power. And if he hits that reckoner, it's all over with. That's something that Eric needs to avoid. The cover, one, off the belly to belly, two, and no. And now, into the corner. And oh my God, taking his head off nearly. Cover. Again, using the power edge to his advantage, but it's still not enough. Eric on the apron now, trying to get some distance, but I don't know how much distance he's going to cover with this big man behind him. Look at this, setting them up and setting him down on the apron. Back inside the ring now. Tomas has taken command of this match. Went for the boot, nobody home. Eric now. Eric with a sling blade. Rolls through into the drop kick. Nicely done. And now back to these kicks. And I don't know if he wants to be taunting Tomas. If you got an opportunity to put Tomas away, you do it in the cover. No. And Eric, I will give him credit, a master of the mind games. But in this situation, you gotta set mind games aside. Shiranui, 2, no. You gotta set mind games aside in order to get the job done and win and earn your way into the ladder match. Butterfly suplex. To be fair, Eric's doing just that. 1, 2, no. Eric has been in the ring with some of the biggest. Oh, look at this. Using the ropes as well. Eric is not afraid to play dirty. But I was going to say, Eric has been in the ring with some of the baddest men in this business. Has been in the ring with some of the baddest to ever do it. Legends Eric has been in the ring with. And both men playing some mind games here. Eric getting the better of it. And back inside the ring, chop. Another one. Kick to the midsection. Went for the drop kick. Nobody home. From behind now. Look at this. Sets him up and reverse DDT. Now on Brett's rope. Big shoulder block. Cover. 1. Oh, only a 1 count. Uh-oh. Powerbomb position. Got him up and drives him down. That might be it. 1, 2, no. Still not enough. Now Irish whip into the corner. And Eric getting a beating right now from Tomas. And just driving the knee right into the chest. And again, you got to think, for both of these men, it would be the biggest win of their DCA career so far if they can move on to this ladder match. Look at this. Eric sent up and sent down. Up top, big shoulder tackle again. And it's so powerful that Robin Charleston got taken out. Robin Charleston got taken out by that shoulder tackle. It was so powerful. That is the pure raw power of Tomas coming into play right there. But Eric is still undeterred. He does not want to lose this thing. And now up top again, but Tomas right there to meet him, just clubbing him, but then he gets a right hand. Off the ropes, big missile drop kick by Eric. And Eric has been doing his best to keep up with Tomas in this match, to his credit. Now look at this, wait a minute. Oh my God, teardrop. Suplex and now rolls through into another one. Rolls through again into a third one. 3 consecutive suplexes. And now, here we go. He's looking for that jackhammer. And he nails all of it. Nails the jackhammer. There's 2, but no. Eric kicking out. To his credit, I've got to give Eric credit. He has been hanging in there with Tomas through the majority of this match. Again, I said it about Varl earlier. I think a lot of people didn't give Varl enough credit, maybe thinking when this match was announced that he was just going to get in there and lose quickly to John just because of the experience disadvantage, but he has stuck in there. Same goes for Eric here. Cover. 1, 2, no, off the frog splash. I was going to say it. that a lot of people may have wrote Eric off just because he has a size and strength disadvantage against Tomas, but he has not let that stop him. He's never let it stop him in his entire career and even in his entire life. Tomas off the ropes. Clothesline STO combo. Eric has faced bigger demons in his personal life and his professional life. He's not going to let Tomas get in the way. Oh, my Lord. You want to talk about an axe handle? That was an axe handle. And now in the corner, he's got him up top. What's he thinking? No, he was thinking just yank him off the top. No, nothing pretty, nothing fancy. Just yank him off the top. And Eric now, look at this. Nope. Caught. Went for something there. Kick to the midsection. Eric now trying to take advantage. Trying to do anything it takes. Now the striking coming into play again by Eric. And again, this might be the only way he could get an edge here, is to use his striking. Eric in control, but he cannot waste time with someone like Tomas Ramirez, and especially a Tomas who's got so much that he's put on himself to win this match. Look at this. Superplex into the spinning brainbuster. Oh, but Tomas right back to his feet, and Eric can't believe it. Oh, look, right hand, big forearm. Countered by Tomas. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, Tomas countered it. Tomas countered it with a jackhammer. It looked like Eric was going to follow that superplex up with something, but Tomas used his power and countered into the jackhammer. Oh, here we go. Wait, no, counter! Now Eric was the one who countered out of nowhere. And Eric with a knee. And another one. One wicked trip later, it's over. Eric knew he had to put it away and put it away quickly, and that's exactly what he did. Look at this counter. Went for the reckoner, but got caught and dropped on his head. And then Eric, sensing the urgency, big knee, and then a wicked trip for Tomas with the 1, the 2, and the 3. Eric DeVille moving on to the Gateway to Heaven ladder match. Eric DeVille earning the spot number 6 in the ladder match. What a win for Eric. And now one step closer, potentially towards the DCA World Heavyweight title at Revelations 10.
those words coming from you.
Well, Jaden Starr, again, running his mouth while Malik's not here. But his protege, if you will, Vega, has to face Aris Williams at Redline. And the winner, if Aris wins that match, he will get a shot at Jaden Starr. Jaden will have no choice but to fight him at Gateway to Heaven. That is if Aris can get past Vega first. But speaking of Gateway to Heaven, we have another qualifying match featuring a returning Jeremy Paisley, a Paisley that has been through a lot in UWL with the end with Luka Khan and the oppression, and Micah, a man who has been through a lot in his life as well. As you can see, this is a completely different side of Jeremy Paisley, a side we have not seen before, but one he feels perhaps is the one necessary to do what is needed to be who he needs to be for this stage of his life and this stage of his career. And while he still has probably the end on his mind, the one thing that he also has on his mind is potentially becoming the DCA World Champion. He's had opportunities to challenge for the title in the past. If you remember a few years ago at Gateway to Heaven, he was in a memorable triple threat match with Tyler Parks and Zach Stone challenging for that championship. And even though he didn't win that match propelled him towards championship gold as well. He went on to win championship gold after that. But the one championship gold he has yet to hold is the DCA World Heavyweight Championship. And he has just as much of an opportunity as the man who's about to come out to this ring to get closer towards that opportunity, towards that chance. And we're talking about the former Burnout Champion, Javad Fox. And you see on his shirt, it says, "Don't sleep on your dreams." Javad's dream certainly came true a few months ago when he won the Burnout title. He lost it at Everything or Nothing when Jazz took the title. But now Javad has the opportunity to move up and potentially get into the Gateway to Heaven ladder match. And potentially challenge for the DCA World title at Revelations 10. Of course, at Gateway to Heaven, the world title will be on the line as Dante Styles defends against James Dark. And at Redline, it will be Zach Stone, JT Onyx, and the champion Dante Styles against the tradition of James Dark, Kenshin, and Arkan. We heard from JT earlier about why he decided to put his name in the hat for this match. Because let's be honest, that was the only way that Dante and Zach were even going to be a team. Because we know the bad blood between Dante and Zach. But Dante wants to get his hands on James Dark for what happened at the end of that match where he attacked him. That everything or nothing match where he got attacked by James. Zach wants revenge on all three members of the tradition for everything that's happened in this the second half of this season. And JT wants revenge on Kenshin because it was really, that's what kicked this whole thing off, in my opinion, is when JT refused that help from Kenshin. Simply because JT wanted to do it his way. He wanted to be his own man. And Kenshin, I guess, saw that as disrespect. And maybe that's why he took it out on Zach, because maybe he saw a little bit of JT and Zach. Because remember, JT idolizes Zach. He created Fallen November in Zach's image. So there's connections between all the men in that Redline main event. Northern Lights suplex by Javad, cover one. Only a 1 count. And now look at this, Javad flying over the top. And you got to think this is a huge moment for both of these men. Both of these men want to move on to that ladder match. This will be the 7th spot in the ladder match. Of course, the 8th spot will be in that huge main event, that last chance qualifying match. As now, drop toe hold. And now look at this. Javad going for a submission here on the Jeremy, but too close to the ropes. His reach, too long of a reach there. And now, look at this. Onto the apron. No, wait, counter. And now Paisley with the forearm that doesn't connect. And now backstabber. Quite into the pin. 1, 2, no. This has been a back and forth match from the start. But now Paisley with a German suplex. In the corner hard. I went for something there, but Javad rolls out of the way. Javad now rolling through. And a big kick to the chest. And now on Brett's rope. The most dangerous rope. And double axe handle. Cover again. To move on to the ladder match, and no. Again, both men doing whatever it takes. Look at this. Brainbuster, stalling suplex, no. Neither one, because he gets a chop block. And now look at this. Northern Lights rolls through into the Brainbuster. And out of the ring goes Javad. But Paisley's not going to let him have any breaks. Suicide dive. And now back inside the ring. That's the only way he's going to win this thing. He can't win it on the outside. And now going for another brain buster. He hits it. This is where Jeremy's most dangerous. When he uses his technical ability. And now, wait a minute. Thought he was going for the Wildcat super kick perhaps, but Javad ducked out of the way. That clothesline and big knee. And a shooting star press from a standing position. 1, 2, no. Again, Javad keeping up with Paisley. And a lot of people probably didn't expect that. 2, no. But don't count Javad out. A lot of people have counted Javad out in his entire career, but he has always managed to exceed expectations. And now, look at this. Path to redemption, perhaps. No, gutbuster. Cover. 1, 2, no, just a 2 count. Again, we still have 2 more matches to go, folks. We got the Burnout title on the line. Speaking of Javad Fox, the man who beat him for that title, Jazz, will be defending the Burnout title against Jariah Raju. And then, wait a minute. And then the Gateway to Heaven last chance qualifier as Paisley going for the Wildcat super kick, and he nails it. Gets all of it. 1, 2, no. And that could have been a 3 count there, but it was not. And Javad now, if he's going to win this thing, he's got to do it quickly, or try to anyway. There's the Stun Dog Millionaire onto Jeremy Paisley. Will he get one step closer to the ladder match? No. Again, both of these men fighting like their lives depend on it, because their career-wise, it pretty much does. Big snap German, or snap dragon suplex, excuse me. And a lion salt. Into the cover. 1, 2, no, just a 2 count. And now Javad on Brett's rope. Again, looking for it. Whoa, head scissors. Nicely done. And calling him up to his feet now. What's he thinking? And now, Northern Lights. Oh, wait, is he going to give him a taste of his own medicine? Yes, he is. Brainbuster. A taste of his own medicine, but Paisley rolls out of the ring. Whether it was on instinct or on purpose, nonetheless, it was effective. And now look at this. Big moonsault, but Paisley gets out of the way, just takes a few steps forward. And that was all Paisley needed. Another enziguri. And Paisley, just like that, finds himself in the driver's seat. Now Paisley, is he looking for a moonsault? He hits his. Javad couldn't hit his moonsault, but Paisley certainly did. And now Javad coming back. And Javad with a double axe handle that got ducked. Both men going back and forth. Paisley up. And now Javad back inside the ring. Oh, but gets taken down. And now what's Javad thinking here? Javad, is he going for that moonsault again? This time he gets all of it. He got every bit of that. And now, look at this. Good Lord. The athleticism of Javad Fox on full display. And now, Phoenix Splash. That has to be it. 2, no. And Paisley still in this thing. But what is it going to take is the question. Oh, caught him. And springboard DDT. And now it's Javad on the ropes. And, no. Paisley this time gets caught. Oh, went for a double stomp. Nobody there. The Snapdragon again. In the pin. 2, no. And now, oh wait, look at this. Strength of Paisley, but the ropes. And now look at this. Javad with the combination. And again with the brain buster. Cover. 1, 2, no. And now what's Javad thinking? He's got to do something in order to press the advantage here, because Paisley will take advantage of every mistake that Javad makes here, especially with the stakes this high. Especially with the Gateway to Heaven ladder match on the line here. And Paisley now with the striking combination, taking down Javad. And now Paisley, a little bit of arrogance. I think he would admit he's a little arrogant at times, but Javad now went for something there, but Paisley got up before Javad could hit it. And now look at this. Waiting for Javad to get up, looking for a slam perhaps, but kick to a shot to the midsection and then a head scissors. Paisley back up. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Another head scissors. He was not prepared for the speed of Javad Fox on that exchange. And now going to give him a little bit of vertigo to go with it. Javad now has got Paisley on the ropes and sends him out to the floor so he can perhaps dive on him, and that's exactly what he does. Javad is in control as the fans are on their feet. And now, can Javad take advantage? No, super kick avoided. Oh, wait a minute. He's got the armbar locked in, but no, the ropes again. Javad kicking the ropes, getting his foot on the rope. And now Paisley, crossbody, nobody there because Javad, well, somebody was there because Javad caught him and then gives him a detonation kick. Uh-oh. Stundog Millionaire again. He gets it. Now can Javad finish it off here? I know what he's thinking now, the standout 450, but no, wait, Paisley's back up. That standout 450 would have been the end of it, just like John hit his 450 earlier in this night to advance. Elbow drop avoided. Javad running in. Forearm, kick, another one. Oh, but no. Jawbreaker by Javad. Javad now running in and a head scissors takeover. And again, Paisley rolls to the floor. This has been more back and forth than maybe a lot of people anticipated, but this is what Javad Fox lives for, to defy expectations, to shove it in the face of those who think he's not good enough or thinks he can't hang with the toughest and the biggest on the roster. Javad's been proving him wrong this entire season. Crossbody. And for Paisley, it's about putting his stuff with the end to the side, at least for one night, to get to the ladder match. Missing the knee. Paisley chop. Right hand, or left hand rather, and there's a chop. And now with the moonsault that Javad avoids. Off the ropes, super kick countered. And caught. Oh, but didn't catch that kick or that head scissors. But Paisley's back up. And now Paisley. More strikings. But you can tell the damage has been done. Both men are down. What a match this has been. And now Javad's up. Javad, Lamaji Straw. 1, 2, no. Paisley gets up. Super kick avoided again. Runs into each other. Paisley has had that super kick well scouted. With the knee blocked. Big chop. And now Javad's on the floor. Paisley off the apron. Big knee. And back inside the ring. Up top. Goes to Paisley. Yeah, Paisley's going up to the top. But now Javad caught him and sends him down. And now, oh, wait a minute. Paisley tried this earlier. This time in the middle of the ring. No ropes to catch Javad there, but only a 2 count. Javad had to kick out because there were no ropes to save him. And shooting star. 2. Again, a 2 count. Who is going to endure and who's going to move on to the Gateway to Heaven ladder match? Uh-oh, Stun Dog Millionaire again. Gets it again. I think that's the 3rd time he's hit it in this match. And now Standout 450. If he hits it, it's over. Wait, no, Phoenix Splash. Nobody home. And now all caught him while he was trying to get up to his feet. Path to redemption. 1, 2, 3. Just like that. Jeremy Paisley fills out the 7th spot in the Gateway to Heaven ladder match. Look at this. It was one mistake that was the difference maker. There's that Phoenix Splash that didn't connect. Paisley taking advantage and hits the path to redemption. And Paisley moves on. And we'll find out in our main event who will be the 8th and final entrant in the Gateway to Heaven ladder match. But for Jeremy Paisley, he's moving on and will look to become #1 contender for the DCA World title at Revelations 10. Congratulations, Paisley.
Hi, I'm Toby Jones from Jones Good Ass Barbecue and Foot Massage, and I'm proud to announce my new Steph Curry Chicken Playoff Special. It's a whole chicken drenched in a spicy curry sauce. Then I throw it at you from 27 feet away. Splash. Now, friends, you may ask yourself, how come we ain't got no LeBron meal? Well, what has LeBron ever done for Toby? At least Steph is out there representing my jingle. LeBron too busy pushing Kia. Hell, I ain't seen a brother get so much attention for a Korean car since Rodney King. And now you can enjoy a spicy curry chicken or family foot rub at home with my new Jones Spicy Curry Barbecue and Foot Rub Chicken Sauce. Wherever fine sauces are sold. Jones Barbecue and Foot Massage.
We are back to DCA Takedown. We have had an excellent night here tonight as we are rounding out the field for the Gateway to Heaven ladder match. We already know 7 of the 8 men that will look to become #1 contender for a guaranteed DCA World title match at Revelations 10. But first, before we get to that main event and get to that last chance qualifier, we have a title match to get to. And this was one that was made on the last episode. And ironically enough, it was because Jazz felt like, and I know this is going to sound crazy, Jazz felt like Jariah Raju was whining about the fact that he's had a a rocky season. He talked about wanting to get into a top position in DCA, and because he was quote unquote whining, Jazz felt like this is a charity match for him, a charity title shot for Jariah, but more so to send a message to the rest of the locker room through Jariah. I personally don't think Jazz would have wanted to give Jariah a title match if it wasn't to prove a point. And that's exactly what he's trying to do here, but it could backfire on him, and we could see Jariah Raju, arguably for the first time in his career, actually earn a championship. Because the last 2 times he's been champion, it hasn't been earned. It's been handed to him. And he'll admit that. He'll admit that it's been handed to him. But Jazz is not wanting to hand Jariah the Burnout title. He wants to send a message through Jariah Raju tonight. The current Burnout champion wants nothing more than to be the most dominant Burnout champion of all time. To continue the KBC's dominance on this brand. And to do that, he feels like sending a message through Jariah Raju to do it. Again, like I said, this could backfire, but at the same time, Jariah's got to be careful. He cannot allow Jazz to get going, because Jazz is a very dangerous man. Look at the look in his eyes. That man does not feel intimidated. He does not feel worried. He does not feel threatened by Jariah at all. Like I said, he feels that this isn't even a sweat. This is just a tune-up for him. Just to pad the stats of his Burnout title reign. This is, I believe, his first title defense since he won that belt at Everything or Nothing, by the way. So, honestly, this was probably, in his opinion, this was probably the easiest first defense he could get. The easiest first defense he could have. And here we go. Jariah, Raju, and Jazz. And now look at this, Jariah, like I said, trying to take advantage. One. No. Jariah tried to end it early. And now I think Jazz is starting to figure out Jariah is actually serious about this, and why wouldn't he be? It's a Burnout Championship match. You're close to Revelations. You want to go in as a champion. Jariah wants to do that again, but it's not going to be easy. And look at this. Raking the boot across the face. And like I said, Jazz probably thought this was going to be an easy win, but it doesn't look anything. It looks anything but easy right now. He looks like he's getting his work put in here. As Jariah and Jazz going for the Wayne K. Hayes pin struggle. Drop kick takes down Jariah. And oh my God. taking Jariah out when he was getting out of the ring. And then sends him for the edge of the Spanish announce table. And again, Jariah is just being worked over by Jazz as expected. Like I said, Jazz didn't feel threatened by Jariah at all. Doesn't feel intimidated. He feels like this is just a message sender to the rest of the locker room not to come after him for that Burnout Championship. Not to try and take something he feels belongs to him. Look at that. Look at that disrespect. Like I said, this is nothing but disrespect. Slapping him, kicking dirt on him, anything he can do to disrespect Jariah Raju, but Jariah's coming back with a clothesline. And a second clothesline. And if I didn't know any better, I would hear the fans. I think I'm hearing the fans actually rallying behind Jariah, something I don't think has ever happened in DCA before. And I know a lot of people would probably hear that and go, well, maybe it's just because he's in there with Jazz. It's not necessarily because people like him. And maybe some of that's true. But Jariah on the last episode of Takedown admitted his mistakes. He's admitted that he's been a horrible human being in the past. And maybe that this whole season of missteps and failures has been his fault. He doesn't have a rebellion behind him anymore. It's just him. He doesn't have a blacklist behind him. He doesn't have anybody but himself. And now he's going to have to fight for everything that he wants to earn. He's going to have to fight for the opportunities that he feels belongs to him. That opportunities that he was handed before, he has to earn now. And that's exactly what he's trying to do with this Burnout title match. There's a DDT, the cover, hook in the leg, but just a 2. And honestly, I have to admire that about Jariah. Maybe most people won't ever forgive him for the sins of his past, and maybe that's warranted and maybe that's deserved. But at the same time, I think Jariah, much like the rest of us, deserves an opportunity to atone for his mistakes and try to make good. And that's what he's trying to do tonight. But it's going to be a hard task when you're in there with one of the toughest men to ever walk the earth in Jazz. He doesn't give a damn about mercy. He doesn't give a damn about Jariah wanting forgiveness. The only thing he cares about right now is beating him up and retaining his title. And at the end of the day, that's what Jazz wants. He wants to retain this championship. And now look at this, Jazz rolling through with the flatliner. And now look at the striking combination by the Burnout Champion. And another slap to Jariah. Again, he does not give a damn about Jariah atoning for his mistakes. The only thing he wants right now is to retain the title. Look at him, stomping on the hand. You want to talk about a man who just shows no remorse? That's exactly what Jazz is doing right here. And another slap. Oh, and this time Jariah, he's not going to take any more slaps from Jazz. Oh, but he took a bulldog though. Again. Jazz into another cover. 1, 2, no. And again, I think Jazz is starting to realize this wasn't This wasn't the easy match that he thought it was going to be. This wasn't the quick win that he probably wanted. Right now, he's getting worked over. Or at the very least, he's having to fight more than he expected to here in this match. As now he's just working over Jariah here. Jariah slipping out of that submission and now continuing to pour the pressure on. Off the ropes, went for the clothesline, kicked in the midsection. And now Jazz again, look at this. Just seamlessly going into this submission, Tequila Sunrise, but the ropes. And now, look at this. Texas Clover. No, that's not even a Texas Cloverleaf. That's a lasso from El Paso. And he's got it locked in on the Jariah. And look at the knee right into the back. Just the point of the knee right in the spine. And Jariah having to roll his way free. But you got to admit, you got to think the damage has been done to the back. And then again to the leg. And look how seamlessly he goes right back into it after that chop block. He wants to break Jariah in half. And also he wants to make sure that Jariah never thinks about challenging him for this championship ever again. And Jariah again able to break his way free. But you got to think, at some point, the damage is done. And now Jariah off the apron with a clothesline. Again, it seems like the crowd is on Jariah's side here, whether it's solely for the fact that he's fighting Jazz or because the fans are starting to get behind him out of respect. You know, the only time will tell on that exchange is now look at this. Jariah with a powerbomb and then sends him into the steps. And I think the back of Jazz hit the corner of those ring steps. But regardless of that, that's still a horrible move on the back of Jazz. And now Jazz off the ropes. Jariah with a scoop slam, or sidewalk slam rather. The cover, hook in the leg, but just a 2. And arguing with the official, just took his eyes off the ball, and that's all Jazz needed. He only needed a second. And now he's going to take advantage. Look at this. With the big elbow drop. With some theatrics on top of it. 1, 2, no. Again, I think Jazz didn't expect this much fight out of Jariah, but that's exactly what he's getting. He's getting more of a fight than he bargained for. Drop toe hold. No. Oh, man. Big right hand. And now, And now he's got the world famous 12-step. He hit him with the world famous 12-step, but it wasn't enough. I can't imagine any sane human being ever kicking out of the 12-step, but nobody said that Jazz was a sane human being. You got to be a little psychotic to be in the KBC, and that's exactly what Jazz is. And now Jazz went for something there. Jariah stood out of the way and a big boot. As we're closing in on DCA Redline, our next takedown special event, where Eris Williams will face Vega, and if Eris wins, he gets Jaden Starr at Gateway to Heaven, where Sly Cooper will put his Celestial title on the line in an open challenge. There's a leg drop by Jariah. Cover. 1, 2, no. Where TJ Kennedy will put the Pure title on the line against Jamal Kincaid. where Takeru and Michael Connolly will fight Saichi and Hideki one more time. Where Zack Stone, Dante Styles, and JT Onyx will face the Tradition. All of that leading to Gateway to Heaven in a few weeks to close out 2025 for DCA. And now Jazz with the pop-up kick. Cover. 2, no. And now Jariah in the corner and Jazz with the forearm. And Jazz is feeling it now. Oh! He felt that corner, I'll tell you that. Off the ropes and Jariah with the Luthes press. And now what's Jariah thinking here? Powerbomb position. Yes, a powerbomb and stacks him up. 2, no. Using all of his body weight, but still didn't get him down. And now look at this. Clubbing blow to the chest. And now Jazz, small package. 1, 2, no. Otherwise known as an inside cradle. And Jazz frustrated, pounding the mat. Again, he probably thought this was an easy win, but it has not been. Jariah with a roll-up, only a 2. This has been anything but an easy win. Oh, what the hell is this? Jariah's got him up in a torture rack position into the neck breaker. 1, 2, no. Now, waiting for the boot, nobody home. Jazz, kick to the side of the head. And now Jazz up top. Elbow. Cover. 1, 2, no. Now Jazz is upset with the official. And now in the corner goes Jariah. And now what's this? Up top. Well, for Frankensteiner, no! And elbow drop by Jariah. Oh, and now look at this. Cobra clutch crossface. But Jariah gets broken up because Jazz just elbows him right in the face. This has been a hell of a fight for the Burnout title. A fight that, again, I don't think Jazz expected. There's again the world famous 12-step. And now Jariah looking to finish it off here, if he can. Off the ropes and a big right hand. Now can Jariah finish off Jazz? No. Kicks in the midsection, blocked in a forearm. Jazz, neck breaker. Jazz up top. Big guillotine leg drop, giving him a taste of his own medicine from earlier. 1, 2, no. Both of these men want to be Burnout champion in the worst way, but only one man can hold it. As you see Jazz again arguing with Robin Charleston, but that allows Jariah to get back in and hit a big boot. Now from behind, no. Going for the Colossus there, perhaps. And there's the boot again. Went for the boot, nobody home. From behind. And again, Jazz takes him down. Cover. Right on his head. 2. And again, Jariah kicks out. And again, Jazz upset. Maybe next time he should not underestimate his opponent. Oh, big knee. And a clothesline. And another clothesline. Off the ropes, Jariah. A third clothesline. And Jariah's feeling it now. Jariah now running in. Oh, what is this? Impaler DDT. 1, 2, no. And now Jariah's upset. Both men have been upset with the official in this match. Oh, and the ref got inadvertently taken out for a second. Referee's discretion, obviously. Robin Charleston not calling a DQ. Because that very well could have been a DQ. Boot to the face. And now, Jariah, what's he thinking here? Back suplex. And now Jazz with an uppercut. Again, back and forth. And now Jazz moonsault off the apron. And again, breaking the count. He doesn't want to send a message through a count out. He wants to send a message by beating Jariah in the middle. Oh, wait a minute. What is this? Jariah's got him up. Dominator! I have never seen Jariah hit a Dominator before, but he just did. And back inside the ring, into the cover. 2, no! How in the hell? Big forearm again. Off the ropes. Oh, went for the forearm another time. Jariah now again with a jackknife pin. 2. Just a 2 count. Jariah doing anything it takes to walk out of here tonight with the Burnout title. And again, I don't think Jazz expected this much of a fight. Both men are down now. Jazz rolling up to his feet. Trying to do anything it takes to get back in this thing. And now the up kick. Yes! Another up kick. 1, 2, no. And again, arguing with Robin Charleston. But that gives Jariah enough time to get back. Oh, wait a minute. Jariah inadvertently taking out the official again. Oh, my God. And Jazz with a low blow while the referee was down. Charleston back to his feet. And Jazz with the tornado kick. That was completely underhanded, but nothing Jazz gives a damn about another tornado kick. Oh, no. Oh, what's this? Oh, no. Jesus! Right on his head. 1, 2, 3. Like I said earlier on, Jazz wanted to send a message through Jariah Raju, and that's exactly what he did. Jariah inadvertently took out Robin Charleston, and that was what led to Jazz taking advantage of that, hitting a tornado kick, 2 of them in fact, and then just because he thought he could, decided it would be a good idea. Look at this, there's a second one that busted him open, but then just to add insult to injury, look at how Jariah's head lands on the mat. He just dropped him on his head. And Jazz, by hook or by crook, is still the Burnout Champion. He didn't give a damn how he won this match. He just wanted to send a message to the rest of the locker room through Jariah Raju. And if this is the ruthlessness we're going to see from Jazz as Burnout Champion, he might hold that belt as long as he damn well pleases. But coming up next is our Fatal 4-Way Last Chance qualifier.
Great gospel singers come around once every blue moon. Mahalia Jackson, Shirley Caesar, BB and CeCe Winans, Marvin Sapp, and now the most talented gospel singer of all time, Bishop Grady Hopewell Jr.
God is good, but let me tell you how good God really is.
That's right, Bishop Grady Hopewell Jr. is releasing some of his greatest hits that you know and love, like Take Me to the Mountain.
God is a miracle worker. That's why he's almighty. And let me tell you how mighty God truly is. Let me tell you something. Whoa, yeah. Yes, he is.
Oh, don't forget about his classic performance of Lord, Please Teach Me at Carnegie Hall.
God can teach you anything. He can even teach you how to Dougie. This is what God taught me. This is what he taught me. Whoa, yeah. Yes, he did. I said, whoa.
This amazing gospel singer is singing some of your all-time favorite songs, plus some of his classic hits, such as No More Money for Your Pastor, The Preacher Wife Is Alright With Me, Damn Them Demons, Where the Holy Hoes At, Deacon, This Ain't What You Want, Make It Rain on Them Ushers. And how can you forget his performance at Barack Obama's inauguration with his emotional rendition of Change Is Gonna Come.
This is a beautiful day for our country. And Mr. President, God told me change was gonna come. He also told me to tell you this right here. This is what he told me to tell you. Whoa, yeah. Yes, he did. I said, whoa, yeah. Yes, he did.
Jet Magazine says this album is getting rave reviews. Bishop Grady Hopewell Jr. can sing his natural black off. Oh yeah, yes he can. Essence Magazine says, watch out Donnie McClurkin, there's a new gospel singer in town. This classic CD is only $3, but only if you order now. And as a bonus, you'll receive an autographed Snuggie free from Bishop Grady Hopewell Jr. So call the number on your screen now.
God told me to tell you to skip your tithes and offering and buy my CD right now.
Folks, we are back for DCA Takedown. And this is our main event coming up next, as we just saw a despicable act there. Jazz retaining the Burnout title the way that he did, but nothing that I should be surprised by with the KBC. But folks, we're getting one step closer to Redline. I profiled some of the matches for that show during that main event. What could be a main event any other time, but Redline coming up, our next Takedown special. That's in a few days' time, right alongside Shattered Midnight, the next Wildcats episodic special. Those are the last two of the season, and then after that, It is full steam ahead toward Gateway to Heaven. And this is interesting right here. It seems like a member of the tradition, speaking of that main event at Redline, it seems like a member of the tradition has been chosen to be in this four-way. Arkan, who lost his match, his qualifying match, to Takeru Yukimura thanks to an interference by Zack Stone, is now getting another chance to potentially go to the ladder match. And you got to think of it this way. If James Dark somehow, some way, defeats Dante Styles for the world title at Gateway to Heaven, and Arkan wins this match and wins the ladder match, we will have an all-tradition main event. And you know that's one thing that Arkan and James Dark would love to do, is to have the tradition in the main event of Revelations 10, just to quote-unquote show the boys in the back how it's done. You know they would love that. But who are the other three that have been chosen? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, we saw him earlier tonight. And I guess he made such a good impression that we're going to see him a second time. And this must be the happiest day of Yuki Marie's life. Between that, I mean, this is probably the happiest day of her life until her next sibling comes along. But nonetheless, Varl Graythorn is back to potentially get another shot at the Gateway to Heaven ladder match. Again, like I said, I think he did such an amazing match. Excuse me, he had such an impressive showing against John Blackos that he was chosen. And speaking of Yuki Marie, I'm telling you, the universe is trying to tell Oseko and Michael something. I'm just saying, don't shoot the messenger when it happens, folks. I've been telling y'all for months, Code Red Daddy Connolly really wants to put that daddy moniker to the test, but he can't do it right now because he's got more important things to worry about, like, for instance, trying to qualify for the ladder match. He lost his match to James Needham a few weeks ago to get booted out of the potential running, but he has a shot right now to get into the Gateway to Heaven ladder match. But who is the final entrant? We're about to find out. Oh my God. The former BWU and former DCA World Champion Zaya Steele. A man who had a hell of a fight against Bronson when he lost his qualifier. But now has another shot to get into the ladder match. And you got to think, Bronson and Randall James, well, more specifically Randall James, told Isaiah Steele to try more. And it seems like over the last few weeks, he has done just that. But can he enter the ladder match? We are about to find out. Because, ladies and gentlemen, this is our main event of Takedown episode 228. It is Arkan, Varl Graythorn, Michael Connolly, and Isaiah Steele. The winner will be the 8th and final entrant in the Gateway to Heaven ladder match. And what a fight this is going to be. All 4 men in the same ring at the same time. The only way to win is by pinfall or submission. Varl and Isaiah going at it. Arkan and Michael going at it. And again, the Gateway to Heaven ladder match is on the line here, folks. Cover. And it's going to be hard to get a cover when there's everybody in the ring at one time. We saw that on Wildcats with that Fatal 4-Way tag match. With so many bodies in the ring, it's hard to get a cover when somebody could come from behind and break up the pinfall. And on the outside, Arkan with a snap suplex. Meanwhile, inside, German suplex by Michael. Just only a 1 count on Isaiah Steele. And now, Michael going after Isaiah Steele. Look at the power of Varl. And now, going after the legs is Isaiah Steele. Michael and Isaiah have history with each other. And now, look at this. Dragging him back inside the ring just to drive him down. And now look at the power of Isaiah Steele, who's got Arkan up. Arkan and Isaiah Steele are no stranger to each other either. The only person in here who really doesn't have any history with anybody is Varl Graythorn. And Robert Charleston getting caught in the middle. And Varl just kicking Michael off of that submission. And spinebuster by Varl on the Isaiah Steele into the cover. 1. No. And now the pairing off is different. Now this time Isaiah Steele and Arkan. And 2 power bombs on both sides of the ring. 1 to Varl and 1 to Arkan. And now Isaiah Steele walking over to where Michael is and gives him a knee. Quite honestly, this match can go any way at any time. Look at this, Varl again, the strength. And now Varl with a chair. I don't know where the hell Varl's running off to. Oh, that's why. It was a diversion tactic. Look at him. Look at how proud he is. I don't know how Michael's gonna. I don't know how Yuki's gonna handle that. Her mom and her. Oh God, Thunderstruck. I was gonna say her dad got hit in the face with a chair by her favorite wrestler, Varl Graythorne. I don't know how she feels about that. I don't know if she appreciates that too much, but hey, that's her business. Much like Oh wait a minute! What the hell is Steel trying to do? I was gonna say Michael still has an extra room he's got to start getting money to furnish, but it's neither here nor there right now. Oh my God, Arcand! Malik should have been here for this, because good God, this has been chaotic as hell. As expected, choke breaker by Zaya Steel on the outside. And a clothesline to Varl. And now Michael getting slung to the other side of the barricade, and there's a DDT and a forearm. And now Varl, Samoan drop. And he's not even Samoan. At least I don't think so. He might be part Samoan. I think he's part Samoan. He's just not 100% Samoan, because, you know. And now, suplex. And now Varl. Oh, wait, he's going for this. Again, another Samoan drop. Varl has been on fire right here. Cover. 1, 2. No. And now look at this. Forearms. And a headbutt. And now Varl and Michael back inside, but what the hell is Varl doing? Oh. I think Varl was trying to dive onto Michael. Varl now trying to, oh my God, Thunderstruck. And Arcand's out in the corner. 1, 2, no. And you can tell my voice is going out. It's been such a hectic night. But hey, that's how it is. That's how you know. That's how you know this has been a hell of a show. As now Zaya Steel with a chair and Michael trying to outrun it. He did so successfully. And now he's got him up. Snake Eyes in the corner. And a forearm by Michael onto Arcand. Went for the moonsault, nobody home. Big kendo stick shot by Varl. And again. And Varl Graythorne is the only one standing. And now Varl in the corner, big hip attack. When I tell you Varl may be the future of the DCA roster, I mean every word of that, because he is showing it here. Double axe handle. Into the cover, this could be it. 1, 2. Just a 2 count. And Arcand and Zaya have to be careful because a pinfall could happen in the ring and they're not even in the ring for it. Zaya Steel recognizing that. Gets back in the ring. Steel. Death Valley Driver. Oh, wait a minute. Varl. Downfall. Got it. Oh, but Zaya is getting right back up. I don't know how. Oh, went for the kick. Oh, Reaper's elbow, no avoided. Wait, Arcand. What's Arcand doing? As Michael's going after Varl, he doesn't even realize it. Michael doesn't realize the pin's going on. 1, 2. Arcand does it. Michael had no idea that the pin was going on. And this has got to be a slap in the face to Zach for sure. because he spent all that time trying to keep Arkan out of the ladder match, a ladder match that he made famous, and now Arkan is back in. And if that's not an FU to Zach, I don't know what is. And Arkan is reveling in it right now. Arkan is the 8th and final man in the Gateway to Heaven ladder match. Oh, wait a minute. But before the ladder match, he's got to deal with the man behind him, Dante Styles. And Dante saying, if I can't get my hands on James Dark, I'll just go after the next best person. And now Zach's former rival, or rivals, Dante and Arkan going at it right now. Just a few days away from Redline, where they're going to be in a 6-man tag team match. And speaking of Zach, there he is. Zach Stone again on the rampway. Arkan distracted, and Dante taking out Arkan. And Arkan landed on his feet. But the question is, can Zach and Dante even get along long enough to beat the tradition? Will JT be the method to the madness? Will he be the one to get them on the same page? Or will the tradition once again get the better of Zach, Dante, and JT? We will find out in just a few days' time, folks. We'll see you at Redline.